an elderly man named John and his wife Mary, who lived in a large old house on the outskirts of town. They had no children of their own, so they decided to hire a homemaker named Diana to help them with their daily tasks and to keep them company. Before we let you know what is happening, help us out by clicking the like button, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification button so you don't miss our future videos. Diana was a kind and gentle woman, and she quickly became a part of the family. She helped John and Mary with their cooking, cleaning, and other household chores, and she was always there to lend an ear when they needed someone to talk to. As the years passed, John and Mary grew older and began to experience a variety of health problems. Despite their age, they were determined to continue living independently and with dignity. They relied on Diana more and more to help them with their daily needs, and she was happy to oblige. One year, John and Mary both fell seriously ill and were forced to spend most of their time in bed. Diana spent every waking moment caring for them, making sure they had everything they needed and doing her best to make them comfortable. As their health continued to decline, John and Mary knew that their time was running out. They had always been generous to Diana, but they wanted to do more for her before they passed away, so they decided to give her everything they had, their home, their savings, and all of their possessions. Diana was overwhelmed by their generosity and could hardly believe what was happening. She had grown to love John and Mary like her own parents, and she knew that they were entrusting her with everything they had built in their lifetime. In the end, John and Mary both passed away, leaving Diana to carry on in their home and to make a life for herself with all that they had given her. She was sad to see them go, but she knew that they were at peace and that she would always be grateful for the love and care they had shown her. 3 years after the passing of John and Mary, Diana was going about her usual chores, cleaning and tidying up the house. As she was organizing the closet in one of the bedrooms, she suddenly noticed something strange. There was a small door hidden behind a row of clothes and shoes, and she had no idea what could be behind it. Diana was shocked and couldn't believe that she had never noticed this door before. She tried to open it, but it seemed to be stuck or locked. She put all her strength into it, but the door wouldn't budge. Determined to find out what was behind the door, Diana grabbed a nearby chair and used it to bash against the door. It took a few tries, but eventually the door broke open with a loud creaking sound. As the dust settled and the air cleared, Diana peered inside the hidden room and was greeted with a sight that took her breath away. There was a small treasure trove of precious jewels and gold coins, as well as a stack of old documents and letters. Diana couldn't believe her eyes. She had no idea that John and Mary had been sitting on such a fortune all these years. She wondered why they had never told her about it or given her any of it while they were still alive. As she sorted through the documents, Diana began to piece together the story of John and Mary's past. She learned that they had both come from wealthy families and had been disowned for falling in love and marrying against their parents' wishes. They had been forced to start a new life with nothing but their love for each other and the clothes on their backs. Tears welled up in Diana's eyes as she read the letters and listened to the old vinyl records that John and Mary had kept hidden away in the secret room. She realized that they had sacrificed so much for each other and had always put her needs before their own. Diana knew that she could never fully repay John and Mary for all they had done for her, but she vowed to honor their memory and to use their treasure to live a life of kindness and generosity just as they had done. As Diana continued to explore the hidden room, she found more and more treasures that the elderly couple had kept hidden away for all these years. There were valuable pieces of jewelry, rare coins, and stacks of old photographs. As she sorted through the photos, Diana was surprised to see pictures of herself as a young child with John and Mary. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The elderly couple had been her parents all along. Diana was overwhelmed with emotion as she realized that John and Mary had never told her the truth about her parentage. They had always treated her like a daughter and had never let on that she was actually their flesh and blood. Diana couldn't understand why they had kept this secret from her for so long. She wondered if they had been afraid of losing her, or if they had simply wanted to protect her from the pain of their past.